Hello everyone, my name is Raphaël Marcon and I'm actually working on a 3D dungeon crawler called Forgotten Dungeons. This is my first 3D project and also my first Godot game. I created the 3D models with Blender 3D, the music with Fruity Loop Studio, and I'm using 2D assets from free packs or packs I bought. Some assets are also generated by Stable Diffusion. Most are placeholders and will change along the game development. The game is inspired by other games like Dark and Darker, Dark Soul, Spark in the Dark, Alone in the Dark, any game with dark in its name. I'm kidding. Forgotten Dungeons will be a game where the player enters into dungeons in order to find treasures, equipments and defeat evil monsters. There is no story, just an adventurer yearning for gold and glory. The player begins in a lobby where he can prepare his descent. He will have stash to store his items, trade with the merchants and refine his perks and skills. When he's ready, the player can decide in which dungeon he wants to go, each dungeon being more dangerous and more rewarding than the previous one. Each dungeon will contain many bosses and one final boss. This one will be in a locked room who will require you to defeat all other bosses to be unlocked. When you will defeat a boss, you will gain access to his loot. It will contain much better quality items than you can find usually in the dungeon. When the player enters in a dungeon, the first door he passes will close behind him. Stuck into the dungeon, the player must use a portal stone to get out. He can buy some at the trader in the lobby or find it in the dungeon. Every boss chest rewards you with a portal stone. Each time you enter in a dungeon, it resets. All open chests will be refilled, all killed monsters will respawn, including the boss. Is your bag full and you want to get out of the dungeon but you don't have any portal stone? Are you near a boss you already killed? Kill him again, take his portal stone and get out of there. Staying in a dungeon is dangerous because of the darkness. The darkness system is a countdown that begins when the player enters a dungeon. At each quarter countdown, a message is displayed to warn the arrival of the darkness. When the countdown finishes, a dark fog appears in the dungeon and the player takes damages over time. The only way for the player to protect himself from the darkness is to take refuge in the sanctuaries. By doing so, the player recovers his health and the darkness disappears, reviving killed monsters and improving all monsters to the next stats level. He also gains chances to get higher quality items from chests. The longer the player stays in the dungeon, the more difficult the dungeon and better the loot. Actually, the player can find random loots on chests based on his luck characteristic. He also can equip items to improve his characteristics. Equipment also got durability. Each time the player dies, durability of all equipments decrease. If the durability falls to 0, the equipment is unusable. The player lost the characteristic given by the item and must repair it at the trader. My first goal is to make an Alpha 1 version that will contain all the basic mechanisms, after which I'll share it for feedback. Thanks for watching this video. If you're interested by the project, leave a comment to tell me what you think about it, and see you soon in the next devlog.